welcome to this is Great Modelling. I'm Ben. This is just a quick video to say, or to reiterate what I was saying in my I'm back video. Just to say that, well, I am back. I hope to bring a video like this, maybe with a review, or showing you how I do certain techniques like decaling, weathering, figure painting, something like that. Every month, every 2 months. I also hope to possibly bring or do a series of step-by-step video builds. As you can probably see behind me, I've got quite a few kits, so I've got plenty of range which I could choose to sit down here and give you a step-by-step video build. So I could possibly do an alteration. So 1 month I'll do something like this with a review, and in the next month you'll get something like that. I don't know if you can tell by the camera quality or whatever, but I don't have a purpose camcorder. I'm just shooting this off my digital camera because it's the only thing I've got. Hope to save up a bit and get a proper camcorder with a proper tripod, so I can do some close-in shots and bits and pieces. But this is not too bad, good enough for what I need. So today I just hope to I might show you around my shed outside. It's not too cold at the moment, about 14 degrees, so alright. But a couple of weeks ago we got snow, couldn't be out here, it's far too cold. But I can show you around. I might do a review for you today, I don't know. It's whether I've got time to edit it or not. But yeah, this is just welcome everybody. Thanks for everybody's responses to the last 2 videos, the Hobby Boss Scout Car video and the Big 15 video build, photo build rather. Thanks for all the great feedback. Just a quick shout out, Model Pro 72, Lenny, thank you very much for your shout out, for your support and kind words, and also thank you to everyone else who's subscribed over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Whenever I put the first video up, I've gone from about 34 subscribers to I think we're on about 60 something now, I think, but I'll have to check that. But again, thank you very much. Other shout outs, if I pronounce this wrong I'm sorry, Kalido1, thanks, you've commented a lot. I love your videos, are really good. Who else have we got? Basic Modelling, another great guy. Phil Flory, if you're watching, Flory Models, hi. And just on that, actually, if anybody is starting out in the hobby or hasn't discovered florymodels.co.uk, I really urge you to go and subscribe. I don't know how much it is now, I think it's about £2.99 a month, that's £32 a year. For that you get so much information. You get, obviously Phil does his video builds which are fantastic. The members on the forum, it's free. Just once you've subscribed to the main site, it's free to subscribe to the forum. In there's masses of information, group builds, which I do a lot of. Most of my modelling is revolving around the Flory Models group builds and SIGs. So if you're starting out, if you're unsure, if you're coming back, really urge you to go and join in there, because there's so much information. I mean, if you've looked through my channel, you looked at some of my earlier builds, like when I was giving you model updates, whenever that was, every year or so. You can see from then up to when I've posted the MiG 15 and the Scout Car that I've discovered airbrushing. I've become more confident with that. I take my time a lot more. It's not just bang it all together, paint it, it'll be okay. I'm actually taking my time and researching. I think you can really see the results. So yeah, urge you to do that. So, but I'm going to stop this camera now, and I'm going to change the angle hopefully, and well, or pick it up, and I'm going to try and show you around my workbench. Okay, we're back now. It might be a bit shaky, so I apologise for that. So this is my main workbench. This is just a old bit of kitchen top, which has been attached with a wooden frame, and this is where I do all my building, painting, everything. Just moving over, I've got my airbrush, my 2 airbrushes, my main ones. I've got another one, but I've got the Harder and Steenbeck Evolution. God, that clarity is awful. But the Harder and Steenbeck Evolution with a 0.2 needle. And there's this one, I'm not exactly sure who makes it, but it's called a BD183. So, but 0.33 in this, yeah, 3 in this. This has got loads of oxygen extras. You can stick us up to a 0.8 needle in this with a 13mm cup. So over here is my little kind of solvent-y paint type rack. So down here is super glue and accelerator. Down the bottom is all the super glue, not super glue rather, the decal setters and solutions, the liquid mask. This one's filler, so all my squadron green in there. Some of my own homemade fillers, which is basically just this stuff thinned down with cellulose thinners, and then some little pot of Mr. Surfacer 500. Varnishes, mostly acrylic, but I have got one lacquer gloss coat, and at the top here glue, so odorless super glue, Plastic Magic, which is basically liquid. This is really good stuff. I'm really running out of this, but this Ambroid Pro Weld, that's really good. But I've also got Deluxe Materials Plastic Magic, which comes with this little needle, and it's the same consistency as that, it's just you've got a hell of a lot more control. Up top, so 6, 10, 18 and 40mm Tamiya tape, used for all the masking. Here, it doesn't really fit in, but I've got 2 200ml bottles of Vallejo primer, Vallejo airbrush thinner, that's just a bottle with water in it, airbrush cleaner, cellulose thinners, more cellulose thinners, nail varnish remover just for a kind of alcohol but not as harsh, some proper lacquer thinners, and then that's just like brush cleaner, so white spirit basically. Down here, kitchen roll obviously for cleaning up and all that, cotton buds, Tamiya's paint stand, and some milliput in the corner there. We're going across this cutting mat for a model craft. This is an A3 size, or A2 size. I forget now, I think it's an A2. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Pinboard rarely gets used. Some bits from my, well, this is my current build. This is the Tamiya 125th Jag Panther, and as you can probably see by that, you can't really because of the light, but I'm using the hairspray technique to give it a nice weathered winter camouflage. And then there's my 2 crew figures. Over here, what have I got in here? That's just spare Tamiya tape and stuff in there. Lots of these bottle tops to mix paint and things in. The pegs, can't go wrong with pegs. I use these little trays to hold all my little bits for my current build. So that's all the stuff for the Jag Panther. I've got some bits for another. This is resin bits and pieces for a resin gun tractor I'm doing. Over here, brushes, cocktail sticks, that kind of thing, odds and sods over there. I'm also doing this nice figure, which I might show you later on. Steady hands with magnifying glass, big clamp. Right, this tool chest at the top, whole lot of rubbish and crap, and there's a mask here and some sandpaper and random stuff. Over here, got clear gloss, well, Pledge floor polish, PVA glue at the back there. There's some more of that blue brush cleaner. Okay, in the bottom, paints. Now, I used to rely solely on these, which is the Humble acrylics. Not anymore. I've moved on to Tamiya and Vallejo acrylics, and I've also got pretty much a full range of the Model Master buffable metallizers, and I've also got 3 of the Gunsanjo Mr. Metal colour. So I've got the aluminium, the stainless steel, and the chrome silver. So I have got one extra acrylic, which I hate because it is horrible, and I've got a couple of model colour, but it's mainly Model Air and Tamiya. So that's good. Here, all my tools. So this section down here is all my knives and bits and pieces, spare blades, that kind of thing. And then in the back here you've got everything really: pea cutters, wire cutters for snip. Well, I use them for sprue cutters, tweezers, photo etch scissors, photo etch benders, mini saw, big caliper clamp things, everything in there. This drawer, two sets of needle files. These ones are diamond encrusted ones. They're actually cheap ones from, I don't know where they are now. And then there's some traditional ones. Pretty much the full set of the Frawley models sanding range. So, well, this is actually the old set. He's now got a load of new stuff out, but I bought these at Telford. So you've got the polishing set, the sanding sponges, the big sanding sticks, the skinny range, and the skinny sponges. That closes. In there I've just got some drill bits. These are all my worn out sanding sticks, so they've still got their purpose, so that's why they're still in there. Don't know what's in here. Oh yeah, rescribing templates from Hasegawa. So yeah, I wonder where they went actually, but now I found them. Okay, this is this glass shelfy thing which I keep all the boxes and bits and pieces on. That's a Jag Panther box. I've got a red arrow on the go for a competition at my Air Cadet Squadron, and then that's that resin gun tractor. And then I've also got, this is my third commission, which is the Trumpeter 32nd RAF Harrier GR7 for my commanding officer at my Air Cadet Squadron. She loves Harriers, and she's just been, well, she will be promoted in the next few months. So I've been employed by our adult flight sergeant to build that for her. So that should be pretty good. So down here is my drawers. So here, full set of Frawley model weathering washes. I've got a couple of the AK interactive sets. So there's the weathering for green vehicles, the modern OIF, OEF weathering sets are basically for US modern vehicles, and the heavy mud weathering set. There's also some oils over there, Vallejo mud paste, which is the stuff that you saw in the scout car video to make the base for the grass. There's also water effects in there, still water there, and there's a couple of these bags of texture for dioramas and stuff, and then this great product which you saw again in that scout car video, which is that Gale Force static grass, which is fantastic. That's that. This drawer is, I'll get rid of that. It's catalogues and stuff, but this is where I keep all my airbrush stuff. So that's the box for the 183, and then you've got the the Evolution over there. I've also got an Ultra there, which is alright, but I've got no real use for it. It was bought as a present. So, and then the bottom here I've got everything really, random crap. The Dremel tool down there. There's a lead weights and bits and pieces. Down here, these two drawers up here are for spare parts. That's for full sprues. And then here you've got little odds and sods, like you can't really see it, it's pretty dark. That's there. So you've got things like bombs and bits and pieces. My decal, or my decal tray, so all my spare decals and bits and pieces. and the bottom one's got instructions on, but I'm not going to open it because it takes a faff to get it back in. Sorry, moving over. Big main compressor, 3.5 litre tank. It's restricted to about 57 psi. But I've also got a little piston one down there. You couldn't really see that, but never mind. So here, moving over quickly, scratch building stuff. So Costa coffee, the old type, the coffee stirrers, that kind of thing. There's plasticard in there. There's bits of foil, plasters, sponges, that kind of thing. Just random rubbish. Loads of excess photo etch and stuff. Spare clear parts. An empty drawer. An empty drawer. Not going to go into that. That's just too much faffing. That's one of my on-the-go projects. That's kind of, this whole shelf of doom, along with all of that stuff up there. Yeah. This is kind of the overflow to my stash. So here you got the Trumpeter 32nd Nighthawk. There's the Airfix Valiant up there, and then you've got all this massive pile of stuff. So I do like my armour, so I've got some armour stuff there. Obviously I like my aircraft. So there's a range here, 30-second kits, 48, not that many 70-seconds these days. Pretty much 99% of all of the armour stuff is in 35th. But I've got some nice ones, like I've got a couple of Edward ones, this big Tamiya F16, a couple of Trumpeter kits, well, you obviously got the classic Airfix ones. So there's the Nimrod there, the Concorde there, the 24th Harrier up there. I've got 2 car kits, so I've got that Porsche 911 up there, and in that right corner there's a Mustang. But that's pretty much it, really. Those cabinets are just full of rubbish. I've got a secondary, almost like a secondary workstation-y thing over here. I did try and get my sister into modelling, but she didn't really take it, so we built this for her, and now she's quit, so never mind. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not that big. I think it's about a 8x6 shed, so it's not too bad. Plenty of room. Just had the ceiling redone, so nice and fairly warm in here. This is the kind of build schedule. So yeah, there's the Jag Panther. All of these, so this is all for flooring model stuff, you can see. So this is all of the group builds and bits and pieces is going to happen over the next 2 years, and pretty much all of them that are highlighted are the ones I'm planning on entering. So yeah. So at the moment I've got this on the go, that on the go. These are the things I'm going to be hopefully building for the helicopter, or the Whirlybird SIG. So I've got the 35th Black Hawk. There's loads of stuff there. But anyway, so that's a look around my bench. So I'll just stop the camera again, change the angle again, and hopefully get a review done for you. I think I'll pick out a kit at random for you. Hopefully one that's still got bags and stuff in it. I haven't broken bits off. Right, I'm back. Just before I do the review, the kit's over there. I'm set up in the kind of look around, so I was going to let you have a quick look at this. So this is the reheat. Now it looks like quite an old box, so I don't know how old reheat is, but this is the one. This is their 120mm Luftwaffe instructor pilot World War II. Quite a nice artwork on the front. Ooh, I did focus just a bit. So I've already started it. I've constructed most of it, and I've painted quite a bit, but I just put it out of the way, just so I didn't want to get in the way of that big Jag Panther. Now it has scraped around a bit, but that's why there's a chunk missing out of his face. But overall, the detail is lovely. It's really nicely moulded. The face itself is really nice. You've got all the nice detail on the braiding work. I'll just give you a bit of a close up. Come on, camera. Show you to the light. There you go. You can see he's got beautiful detail. Can you see the chunk out of his face? that huge chunk where it's been scraping around the box, but I'll just touch that in. But this is you've got nice creases everywhere, so that's really nice. You get a nice base with it. I might add some of that scenic grass onto this later. But you get his parachute, and you also get his flying mask and his goggles there as well. So that's a nice little diorama, and we're all finished. And I think the best bit, which was the selling point for me, is his hands. I know it sounds weird, but it's his hands. Now these are cast in white metal, which have been primed and painted. But the difference between these hands are that he has little planes. So here in this hand, it's a Spitfire. Now on the box, it shows that the artist has painted this Spitfire in the kind of Battle of Britain brown and green. But you can plainly see from that has bulges and cannons. So you're looking at a Mark V upwards, up to a kind of 9-ish. It's still got the high back. So I bit the bullet and painted it in the newer scheme, which is the ocean grey, the green, and the medium grey underneath. And that was also reiterated when I saw the German plane. And this is the Focke-Wulf 190, which I've suitably painted with the yellow nose and the RLM 74, 75, 76 scheme. I don't even dare to try and paint the Randalls on the Spitfire and the crosses and stuff on this. I think I've done a fairly good job representing them as it is, and I'm just going to leave it, I think. But they obviously fit in his hands, and it's obviously where he's teaching younger pilots. Obviously that's why he's an instructor. So I hope I might show you possibly a live version of putting the static grass on this, and I'll give you a little final reveal once it's finished. But I don't know how when it will be finished. But try not to cause them all any more damage. So that's in there like that. What else am I getting on? You saw the drag panther. I did show you a quickly bit, but I did decal it. I mean, this thing is a beast. I mean, if anyone's got 200ml bottles of Vallejo airbrush cleaner, that's how you think about the length. You're talking almost two bottles long and almost a bottle high. Sorry about the rough scale, but this kit is really nice. I mean, this is kind of 70s era, so it's not the most detailed kit. It's not the be all and end all, but being Tamiya, it is still pretty good. But as you can see, it's got moving suspension, it's got moving wheels and tracks when it doesn't lock up at the front. Yeah, there you go, moving tracks, doors and bits and pieces. The gun's off at the moment because you did see that with the hairspray, and that's now dried, so I'll show you that in a second. But this is a big chunk, and I hope to do, I'm picturing this being try and get you in a bit of a camera angle. There you go. Once those decals have just dried, because they've just gone on, because I had a bit of an error. That's why half of it looks a bit dull, and the front half looks a bit new, because I had to repaint the front. So I tried the hairspray technique on the front, and it all went wrong. So I had to kind of strip back, sand the decals down a bit, and redo them. Now, I will confess that these decals are from a 72nd aircraft kit, but I didn't have any more, so they'll have to do. They haven't got the black borders around. They do look alright, but they're a bit big, especially the one on the back. Are you going to see that other side? Yeah. And I have, first time I've used pigments and stuff, so those exhausts were painted first in acrylic with a mixture of different rust type colours. Then I went along with, I got the AK pigments, light rust and medium rust, and I went along and mixed them up. I did mix them some of them a bit with some matte varnish, painted them on, and then did a bit of dusting, and then to put a little bit of black pigment just to symbolise a bit of carbon. But these tracks are all individual links. It was a long process, but they turned out really nice. So that's that. Obviously I've got the side skirts. I don't know whether I'm going to cut them up, because you can't. There is grooves where you can cut them up, so I might have them a couple on, a couple off. As I said before, and this is all the this is what I use to store the little bits and bits that are broken off. But there's all the tools in here. There's the extra track, the tow rope, the big jack, and bits and pieces like that. The two crew figures, they're not the best figures in the world, I will admit. But that's painting, and they're also not moulded that brilliantly either. But I'm really happy with that. I tried to come on camera, jeez. But I tried to paint the later war Panzer camouflage smocks and trousers and stuff with all the spots and the different colours. That turned out really well, and I wanted the commander to be kind of a traditionalist, so he's in the field grey tunic. I've still got to do the piping. Now for self-propelled gun crews, they wore field grey uniforms. He would normally be in a field grey uniform if he wasn't in the camouflage. And they have red piping, as in like proper red piping. If that was a panther or a tiger or something like that, so a tank, he'd be in black with pink piping, and so would he. So yeah, bit of a difference. The pipe, there is, you can go in, if you look on Google, you can find out what all the piping means. So red means self-propelled gun, pink means tank, and we talk about SS Panzer and that kind of thing, and white/yellow is infantry. But these came with 4 figures. You've got the 2 tank crew here, and then you just pick them out quickly. You have got 2 foot soldiers. I'm not doing the foot soldiers for this kit, but I will probably paint them up and do them as a separate item and put them on a little separate base. But they are coming on really nicely. And just the final thing quickly is you've got this. Now this was done with a hairspray technique, and a lot of people say that the hairspray technique, you have to, obviously, you put the hairspray down, wait for that to dry, you put the acrylic paint on, and basically it's a race against time to get the paint off. Now, the camera is not very good, but you can see that the chipping is really nice, and this is what I'm looking for, this really weathered bit. But I actually forgot about this. I mean, this was left for 2 days with the hairspray, and I came along with a little bit of nail varnish remover, a little bit of water, and I managed to get this, and it turned out really well. So I'm not going to panic anymore. So I'm going to call that a day for that. I'm going to get on with the review. I'm going to just clear things away and get on with the review. We'll be back in a second. Okay, we're back. The kit in question that I'm going to review is the Academy F86 F Sabre. Bit of a battered box. This was sent by my friend up in Scotland, and Royal Mail didn't really treat the box as it should. But as you can see from what's left of it, it's a really nice artwork, doing its proper job, shooting down some old MiGs, hence MiG Killer. Okay, upon opening the box, greet with the instructions, which we'll come back to. You're greeted with 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of sprues. So we'll just put this over here and whip out the first one. Cut them open for you, get that in shot a bit. Okay. Get rid of that. Getting out the bag. Behind the bin. Okay. The first sprue is 2 fuselage halves. Really nice recessed panel lines all over it. Nice and crisp. They don't fall and sink as some manufacturers do. But the tooling looks really nice, and if the camera will pick it up, oh yes, it's not too bad. You can see the level of detail. It's not too bad in that air brake bay. Not so good in the gun bay, but it gives you plenty of room for scratch building. So that's really nice. Let's pop that down there. The next sprue is this little one here, and this is for your engines. So you've got the main engine ring or whatever you want to call it, but that's nicely detailed there. Whoopsie daisy. That's nicely detailed. Camera will certainly pick it up. You've got nice compressor blades down here and other little bits down there, so that's quite nice. We'll come back to the clear parts in a moment. So the next bag is weapons, 2 duplicates. Whip those out again for you. So pop one of them down there because it's a duplicate. Now this is where I'm slightly confused. So if everybody out there knows, but this comes with, I don't know if you can see that, but it comes with an air-to-air missile. Now this is based, well, the aircraft is, all the marking options are for Korea, so 1953. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong, but air-to-air missiles were not developed enough to be used in operational service until the 60s, so I'm not 100% sure why that's in there. It may be because there's different versions which had them, I don't know, but that I'm not 100% sure about. But I'm also not 100% sure about the free-fall bomb, but that I can understand more than that. But here you've got some very nicely detailed wheels. Yeah, this camera is awful. Yeah, it's not too bad, but you can't really see as well as I can. But anyway, you got 450 calibers, which is right. You got 8, 4 for each side. Wrong, sorry. You've got the 2 external fuel tanks and some other little bits and pieces, so they're all very nice. Again, the panel lining on the fuel tanks and stuff is very good. There's no sign of flash anywhere so far. Next bag. Now there are supposed to be 2 parts rolling around the bag in here, so according to my friend, oh, there's one. Come out. Okay, so tail fin. I don't know, but anyway, alright, there's the other one. Okay, right here we have got bits and pieces. So you've got the ribbing detail there. That's for when if you were going to cut the fuselage in half to show the engine. There is that option. I didn't mention it actually. Yeah, on the fuselage up on the inside. I really don't know if this camera's going to pick it up, but you see this here. Yeah, if you cut along that line, and it also corresponds with the panel line. You're never going to see that. No, there's a panel line there, and you can have the front aircraft obviously on its wheels with the wings, and the rear section off on a trolley. The trolley comes in the kit, and you can show all of that external detail with the engine detail rather. So yeah, that's the ribbing parts in there. You've got your instrument panel. That's not going to show. Come on. Oh well. But it's quite nice. It's got raised detail with it's quite nice. So a bit of dry brushing that'll bring it out nicely. You've got your air brake doors here, the gear doors, the iconic air intake nose, and some bits and pieces for the cockpit, so the seat and the front undercarriage, as well as that little bit. I'll just pop that in there. Next, you've got the intake system as well as the cockpit tub that's moulded in, and also the front wheel, the gear bay is moulded onto the intake. Now this kit does come with FOD covers, which are here actually. Those 2 are FOD covers, so one for the rear and one for the front, so you can have that option. But if you were to have them without the FOD covers on, yeah, I don't know how it's going to show up, but just from looking at the kit, where the wheel bay is here, and also the cockpit here, they've actually got well, they're sunk in. So if you wanted to have a seamless finish to your intakes, obviously you're going to have to sand up here, but I think you're going to have to actually fill both of those sections on both sides, as well as some of the ejector pin marks that are in here, to get a fully seamless intake. so I might just cheat and use the fog covers because they're easier. But on here you've got pylons, you've got the gun bay doors. This is the over here. Whoops! All of this flimsy looking stuff. That's all the trolley. So those are the little pads which would go underneath the aircraft to take the weight of the tail. You've also got the tailpipe there. You've also got two figures in this kit. They're quite nice figures, I think, for 48 scale pilots. For Korea, they're not going to show up. Come on, there you go. They're not too bad at all. So you've got one standing and one seated. So a little bit of diorama potential there, especially with the fog covers as well. And the last bag is your wing sections. So whip them out. Okie dokie, so obviously sandwich fit, one piece lower wing, two upper wings. Again, recessed panel lines are lovely. There's no mismolds, there's no flash. Again, there's no flash anywhere on the kit. But it's a really nice kit. So nice, not too bad detail in the wheel well. So really nice actually. Okie dokie. The decals come in their own nice plastic bag. They don't look too bad. All the colours look okay. There you go. So you've got two options in here. Obviously the stars and bars are broken up, as well as the codes down the bottom here, so you can deploy the air brakes and not have to cut the decals yourself. But you've got all of the stencil detail as well as the squadron markings. They're very, again, as I said, they're in register. They look quite nice. But I have built the Academy 1/72 scale SR-71. That was my first commission, and the decals and that were rubbish, and I mean rubbish. They stood so proud from the model that you could dry brush over and you could get the edges around them, and they're cracked and they were just generally awful. Now, I don't know how old this kit is. I don't know if it's just from the same era. The box doesn't look as modern as the new style Academy boxes. But looking at them, they do look fairly thin. But I just don't know. We're obviously not going to know until you actually activate them in water. But when I build them, or when I build this kit, which is hopefully fairly soon, I will get back to you on that. Alright, we'll just look at the instructions quickly. It's one of those ones where you just pan out, but they're really clear. They give you, the colour callouts are not specific to any kind of manufacturer. They just give you this little code down the bottom here with numbers which correspond to different parts on the model, and they just give you generic colours, so like white, black, that kind of thing. So that means that you can then, you don't have to worry about converting specialists like Revel. It's really hard to get Revel conversions to different things, as well as Humbrol. But if you've just got this is black, this is white, then you can just modify that to your preferred paint brand. But obviously, as normal, starting the cockpit, work through the engine. If step 4 is where you have to make the decision whether you want the aircraft in 2 bits or as one. And obviously, you've got the installation of the guns, the wheels, the wings, and that kind of thing. So they're all really clear, really easy to follow. So they're all really good. I'm really happy with them. You get a separate A4 sheet with your marking options. So you've got F86F Sabre, 5129-110, Captain Joseph McConnell, the 39th Fighter Squadron of the 51st Fighter Wing, Korea 1953, and the other one is 51-12958, Captain Harold E. Flusha, I don't know how you say that, but same squadron, same wing, 1953. One has a little, it's called Beautiless Butch or something like that, and just got like a little blue triangle at the front of the nose, and the other one has the shark mouth. I'll probably be doing that one, I think. So, last but no means least is the clear parts. I'll just whip these out for you, but from the inside of the thing they look pretty clear. Looking up, yeah, they're not too bad. They've got a little bit of scuff from where they've been in the bag, but not that much. So obviously you've got your front canopy here. The rear canopy does have a centre seam, however, I doubt the camera will pick it up. You can just about see those little lines at the back here. There's loads of them. Now they're supposed to be here, but there's one that the centre one runs right to the front and right to the back. So with a bit of Tamiya tape or something, when you come to remove that, it's actually on the inside, is it? Ooh, I don't know if you can remove it. Maybe. Oh yeah, there it is. I can just about feel it. But you can just pop a bit of Tamiya tape across the line at the front where you want to protect the lines in the middle, and also the one at the back, and you can just take it out, polish it up, and that will give you a nice clear canopy. You've got a little bit for the gun sight, and obviously the navigation lights, but they're really nice. Yeah, not too bad. Nice that they're separately bagged as well. So let's pop those in there, and that is it. About it really. So that was a really nice kit. I think they retail nowadays about the kind of between £10 and £15. So for that, you really can't go wrong. I mean, the recessed panel lines, great potential for dioramas as well as scratch building as well. So for a cheap kit, you can. I'm sure there's Edward and Aries cockpits available and bits and pieces like that, but out of the box you're going to make a pretty nice mod. So pop these bits and pieces back in the box. That is really about it for this video. Again, please subscribe. I'll just say again, thank you to all the subscribers. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I think that's about it. So yeah, I'm going to call it a day. This has been great modelling. This has been Ben. Not too bad. Wednesday evening in my little shed, in my own little world. So thanks for watching, and please stay tuned and join me again next time.